Hello friends. So in this video we are going to see a very important result as the consequence of the subset. So we learned about equal sets in the previous videos. So we say that two sets are equal if they have the same elements in them, exactly the same elements. So then we consider two sets as equal. So in this result what we are going to discuss, we say that two sets are equal if and only if. So this symbol, for those of you who don't know, is the symbol of if and only if. So it's not just one side, both sides should be true. So the set A is equal to the set B if and only if A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A. And we also say this as A is contained in B and B is contained in A. If these two things are true, then we say that A is equal to B. And similarly the other way around, if A is contained in B and B is contained in A, then the set should be equal. So both the sides should be true. So let us try to prove this. We will first prove if A is equal to B, then this side is true, and then we will try to see if this is true, can the sets be equal? Let us say. So we have our proof now. So first let us consider A is equal to B. So if the set A is equal to the set B, then all the elements in A are in B. That is by the definition of equal sets, correct? And similarly, if B is equal to A, all the elements of B are in A. Okay. So what is the definition of subsets? So we say that the set A is contained in B, right? That is meaning that A is subset of B. So this statement is exactly the same. All the elements of A are in B, that is A is a subset of B. In the same way, all elements of B are in A, that is B is a subset of A. So from this we simply get, so we have gotten the first result, that is if these two sets are equal, then this side is true. Now let us see the other way around. So now we have this. So let us say if all the elements of A are in B, so if you think about it, the set B has either the same number of elements as A or it has little bit extra. So we don't know the size of B, we just know that it is having the elements of A, so that it's at least equal to the size of A, but it can also have more because it is bigger than A from this statement. So let us write the cardinality then. So we know that from this statement, that is A is contained in B, the cardinality of B, that is the size of B, is greater than or equal to the size of A. We have no guarantee that it is equal. We know that because A is inside B, the number of elements in A is less than or equal to the number of elements in B. So this is what we have written down. Similarly, from this statement, with the same argument, we can say, okay, so we know that if a quantity is greater than or equal to another quantity and the reverse is also true, then it basically means that those two quantities are equal. So it is not possible that one of them is more than the other. The strict inequality cannot hold. So what it means is, so if the number of elements are equal to the number of elements in the other set, so if number of elements in A and number of elements in B are same, what it means? It means that A cannot be a proper subset of B. That's it. A cannot be a proper subset of B. Similarly, B cannot be a proper subset of A. I am only writing one part now. You can also write, so if they are not proper subsets, it basically means A is equal to B and B is equal to A, but both are same. So we simply can say, that's it. So with that we have completed a very important result of set theory. So if A is contained in B and B is contained in A, then the sets are equal. A and B are equal. Thank you.